per minute.
Alrighty, good evening and welcome to our coverage on Wednesday night. It's Alan Patterson. I'm here for Sim Race South Africa and we're covering the Division 2 round of the simLegends series from Daytona International Speedway, the road course version. And I'm joined tonight by my good friend Sas van der Westhuizen and Nicholas Hodgson. Hello, gents.
Hello, Alan. Hello, Nick.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to what will be a fantastic evening, I'm sure. Daytona. What a place. What a place.
Excellent. So there we go. We're going to have some live commentary from in the car. And as you see that, we now go live and the field, there's the Ferrari. It's second in line.
You found the feather.
The feather is here. We have somebody in this V12. You guys are going to have to go and see who it is. It's Rob Walker, isn't it? Yes, Rob Walker.
Ah, yes.
Okay, so he did manage to join, and he needs to turn his lights on, though. Right, so
It's dark today. You can almost feel the cold.
Yes, it is. It's a cool early morning. It's 6:45. We went and had a look to see what time the sun actually rises, and it's pretty much happening as we speak, but it's just behind the buildings of Daytona Beach itself.
We've also made sure to go and pay the ESCOM bills,
Yes,
so
we have.
the lights are on track now. So if it's a bit dark, the lights can cover it up.
Exactly. So, Monday it was a little bit darker than it needed to be, and we've worked out where the problems were, and we can at least see the cars now, so it's all good. We have a very nice mix of cars here tonight. Bunch of Porsches. We've got a Ferrari Daytona, we've got a BMW 3-litre CSL, a Capri, and there should be some excellent racing by all the guys here in Div 2.
I'm definitely rooting for that Ferrari. Gotta love it, V12.
Got it. HLQ times, I'm just going to put on the screen now. This is the Division 2 guys. 2 minutes flat, but already in practice I saw people going well quicker than this time. 157s, 156s. So, and we are expecting at least 16 or 18 drivers. I count 16, I think, on the server. So we should have a good turnout for the evening.
Yeah, initially I was a bit worried that we're gonna have a complete reverse grid with the second race because there was only about 10 people on. But now it's shaping up to be a nice and full grid, and I'm excited.
Me too. Looks grand. A couple of the cars are out there without lights on. We're watching Valerio Antonucci at the moment in one of the little flat Porsches, and he doesn't have his headlights on, but he is he's the first out on the track that started a fast lap, so he'll be first to put a time up. And we are coming up to 12 minutes left in this qualifying. Nick, our fellow commentator, is in the blue Porsche 911, and although he is on the track, I believe he's going to be starting from the back of the grid. Is this correct, Nick?
Yeah, I've given myself a grid penalty, so we'll see what I can do from coming from behind, so to speak.
Cool. So this is Nick's Porsche. He's in the Kenwood and Pioneer color, light blue and white Porsche 911 Turbo with the whale tail. And we'll see Nick's progress as he comes from the back of the grid. Watching Valerio as he comes down to the bus stop. He is he'll be the first to put an official time up, and as he swings it through there with a big slide.
Almost tank slapping there on the exit,
very
but
almost
together nicely.
I agree. So here he comes.
I'm amazed at how long the outlap is. Goodness.
Yeah, it just takes forever in a day.
2 minutes to go around. Yeah. I tell you what, as someone who's racing in VR, the banking is quite incredible.
Are you sitting there with your head crooked, Nick?
Yeah.
Oh, you?
I'm going to have to go to the chiropractor after this.
Right, Antonucci's through. It's a 159.4. Next up is Rob Walker in the Ferrari, and James Leach goes quickest in an orange Porsche, a 158.3. So James Leach in the what looks like a Jägermeister Porsche. Let's try and get a close-up of this. And indeed, it's the proverbial Jägermeister 911th Turbo. So there we go, 6 names in. Leach, Antonucci, Shiraz Dade in the big BMW into 3rd place. And doesn't this car make a stunning sound?
Remember, there's no pit stops tonight. 2 20-minute races, reverse grid, as was alluded to, but only top 10 gets reversed. So that's going to be interesting to watch. Especially, I think these little Porsche 906s are going to be very interesting to watch tonight.
Yeah.
Especially through that infield, they're going to demolish everything.
Yeah. From what I remember on Monday night, in the infield the Porsches were king. But on the back straights, holy moly, the I think it was the Panteras, they just blasted.
And the Capri.
Oh yeah, and the Capri.
Yeah,
the Capri is a bit of a, not a shock, but a bit of a dark horse in this.
Yes.
We haven't seen the Capri do particularly well so far this season. With, you know, the Panteras definitely had a little bit of limelight as we've gone through, but
yes.
Nice to see the Capri coming good.
We're watching our other fellow admin, Ryan Hill, in the white and pale blue Capri as he goes through onto the back straight and comes up to the bus stop. Ryan
almost dipping a wheel there onto the apron.
Yeah. Ryan had a very tough time coming through the infield and had a huge tank slapper through the International Horseshoe.
Yeah, speaking of Ryan, being one of our admins, he's of course very integral to putting together a lot of the leagues, the different series that we run here at SimRace SA.
Yep.
And he's already started thinking about the 2021.2 season. And let me tell you, from looking at his notes and cheating a little bit off them, he's got an awfully lot of good stuff planned for us for next season, but particularly in the Legends. I think he's absolutely knocked it out the park so far. So keep your eyes and ears peeled. The Legends is definitely here to say, H patterns, keep them dusted off. We are not giving up on these guys. It's just too much fun, and we will be back with something even better next season.
I mean, I wish I was dexterous enough to handle these H patterns, but I just, for the life of me, can't get this heel and toe thing to gel well.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Look, you don't have, honestly, you really don't have to be a heel and toe professional to, ooh, hello.
Yeah, but when
completely right.
When I took these cars out on the Nordschleife to get a feel for what they're like, I had quite the barrier bill to pay. And Wesley was on the server with me. He said if it wasn't for the fact that those barriers were quite strong, he would have had a terrible accident down the cliffs there in 1 or 2 spots.
Yeah.
So no, I did not have a great time, I had an amazing time just screaming down some of those corners sideways, but then the exit would mess up and I'd get a bad tank slapper and have to pay a lot more damage fees there. So I really enjoy the cars, but they're just too much grunt for me to handle. Maybe I'm a pleb, I don't know.
Yeah, they're very loose, I must agree with you. They are a handful to control, and to be quick with them, it takes a very delicate touch and a whole lot of finesse.
What I've loved about these cars is, and having done a few videos on them and jumping into different cars, each one drives so differently to the other. So the Porsche that I'm in tonight, you've really got to back the car in to every corner, get the back end out a little bit, otherwise you just understeer through it. And then, you know, it's got grid grunt on the exit, and it just wants to go straight on the exit, so you don't really worry there. Where something like, I don't know, the Shelby Daytona, for example, you got to be so cautious everywhere, get the car turned in nicely, and then smash the loud pedal, get the car, you know, sideways, and you know, use its strengths to its advantage. And that's really what this whole series is been about, is using each car's strengths to its advantage.
So we're currently sitting on board with Marco Grassa as he comes up to the diamond part of the oval in the Pantera, and he is just on 285 kilometers an hour as he goes over the start-finish line. So that's the top speed of the Cosworth V8 motor in this car. Where are these Porsches? James Leach. Right, we'll watch James Leach on board. He's in the
While you
Jagermeister.
ponder that, I'm gonna quickly give a shout out to the people on YouTube.
Oh yes,
Hello,
we
Dirk.
forgot about everyone. Sorry.
Seeing Dirk there, Sean Bingham, SJS Games 14. Name rings a bell, but I can't remember right now. Mark Jansen from Rensburg, as well as Philip Minnar.
Hey
Hello,
guys.
everybody.
Yeah, I can't see this. Oh, there's the needle. So the needle appears at the bottom of the steering wheel, but his glove's in the way, but it's almost at 300 in the Porsche. And he completely misses the braking point.
These are cars from how long ago, and they're screaming like that. I
Yeah,
would
yeah.
have been afraid, man.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know how they raced it back in the day.
There's the Capri, and the Capri's needle maxes out at 250, and Henrik Hansen's needle's gone past the bottom of the 250, and it's heading back around the clock. That's awesome. And he brakes well into turn 1. So, with just on 4 minutes to go, James Leach with the 157.5 is currently residing in the pits, and 2 seconds back is Marco Grassa in second place, with Antonucci in third in the little Porsche 906, and those are the only 3 at the moment sub 2 minutes.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what everyone can do in the race. So let's just talk tires for a moment. These are on something called V70 tires.
V70, yeah. What is this?
They're basically recreations of the tires from the 70s. So I think it stands for vintage 70s.
Right.
And the interesting thing about these tires is they are effectively designed to go sideways, and it's okay. You don't take life out of the tire by popping the car sideways or sliding it around or anything like that. They were okay with that back then. Nowadays, you take a modern tire like we have in the touring car series or in the GT3s in particular, and you slide those puppies around for a bit, and then they're really screaming by the end of it. So, yeah, it's a different tire technology. Obviously, you've got very little grip in comparison, but they don't mind to be sliding around. So when you see guys in the race getting the car sideways, clipping the grass a little bit, things like that, doesn't matter to the tires. They are completely fine with it.
So SJS Games, it's Cyber and Stoll who can't make it tonight, although he was supposed to race. So sorry, buddy, but we'll catch you next time for sure.
Yeah, we miss you. You should be here tonight.
Right, Brandon Phillips has finally got a time on this timing boards. He is up into 5th place, the Tour 1.1. Henrik Hansen does his quickest at Tour 2.6 in the Capri. James Leach Sr. also racing tonight, and he is also in a Porsche, sitting down in 8th place at Tour 2.63. Bjorn Buchner's here in the legendary 911 color scheme, the little Gulf colored Porsche. This is with the shorter scoop on the back, not the whale tail, but just the little scoop. That's the 73 version of the Porsche 911 versus the car that Nick and the other Porsches are in, which has the full-blown whale tail, which was the 1974 version of that car.
Yeah, so the 74 I find a little bit more planted than the 73. The 73 really likes to be tail happy. I mean, we've seen Rion Oberholzer drive that car very sideways everywhere, and it does seem to like that.
Do you put that down to just the difference in the size of the aero on the back neck?
Definitely the aero, but there's also a weight difference to the two, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
So the power to weight ratio is, I think, almost identical, but I think one is heavier and more powerful, and obviously vice versa for the other one.
Yeah.
And I think the 73 I found a lot more but I found it more nimble than the 74. But that has its both advantages and disadvantages.
Okay. Right, you're with the Capri. Let's see what the equivalent top speed's like.
I'm not going. I've backed off. I'm afraid. I don't want to. I've got my self-inflicted penalty. Remember.
That's good.
Yeah. I'm seeing Mr. Steeg has also inflicted a penalty upon himself.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on there.
Maybe he's just feeling like having a dice with you, Nick.
Ah, I welcome it.
Carl
Let's go, Carl.
Steeg
Let's
he's in the other legendary livery, the car number 59 from Brumos Porsche, and that car has been going since jeepers years back, of the team at least, with that livery. So it's awesome to see the throwback liveries and the proper legends cars with proper liveries, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fantastic to see them out and about. We should have a poll as to what's the most iconic livery out there.
Yeah. Shiraz Dada wailing around in the BM. Oh, that makes a sound. Right, so we're into overtime at the moment. It looks like it's a done deal with James Leach on pole, Marco Grassa in second place, and Antonucci in third. We do have Shiraz Dada in his BMW popping up into fourth place and doing a sub 2, a 1:59.4. Very close to Antonucci's time, in fact. So, in fact, all three, second, third, and fourth, are all 59s. And there we have Rob Walker also doing his quickest right in the dying moments.
That should give a fantastic race just now, if everybody's in and around the same pace. You're asking how quick the Porsche is. My gear ratio, my max speed in fifth gear is supposedly 281.
Alrighty.
So, and that is the fastest that this Porsche can go. I cannot set the gear ratios to be any quicker.
No, I saw Dirk saying in the comment section there that the fastest he went was about 270.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Okay. Sean Vivejo also on the YouTube. How's it, Sean? Good. Overtime. We're just going to let Ryan Hill is going to insist on finishing his lap. He's nowhere near up on his delta. And now he pulls over. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. Okay, he's kind of going up and down the banking and driving in all strange places on the track. But he is pulled over. He's flying into the pits. Alrighty. We are going to take
That looked
into
like a practice.
Exactly. That was an in the pits test check. All good. Okay. Onto the grid. We have Antonucci in his dark green and white Porsche 906 in third place. James Leach on the front row in the Jagermeister Porsche. Next to him, Marco Grassa in the De Tomaso Pantera. Next to Antonucci, Shiraz Dada in the big BMW 3-litre. Fifth place, Brandon Phillips, waggling his wheels and flashing his lights in the Porsche. People are actually hooting at us. Rob Walker next to him in the big Ferrari Daytona. Dylan Dawes in 7th place in his Porsche. 8th place, James Leach Sr. in the Camel Filters Porsche, a very old legendary colour scheme. Henrik Hansen in 9th place in the Negrin Liquimoli Capri. Bjorn Buchner next to him in the Gulf Porsche. Nick Hodgson in 11th place, flashing lights in the back. There he is in the Kenwood Pioneer Porsche. Ryan Hill next to him in the Capri, and right at the back, Carl Steeg in the Brumos Racing Porsche. Good, lights, here we go.
12 seconds to go, chaps. Here are the lights. Put it into first, put the clutch in.
Remember
give it a
that.
few revs, 6 lights, and here we go.
And it's go, go, go.
Green. Oh, and next got a good, nice bumpy argy-bargy there with the Gulf Porsche. Coming down the inside and next past the whole field already.
That's being quick off the line. But we saw the same thing happening on Monday with the Pantera of Philip Minnaar, and I can't remember what Adrian Nel was in.
Yeah.
They basically went from 9th and 10th to 3rd and 4th.
Great dice. The whole field has got going here.
Yeah, the 906s are quick off the line as well, though.
Ferrari's at the back of the grid, but everyone has managed to get going. So we have Porsche.
Oh, that's a spinning 906.
Brandon, that's Brandon, and he's lost control through that little kink.
Can he get going again?
Allowed the top 3 to break away.
Yeah, he's now at the back, but he's going. So James Leach in the Porsche, the De Tomaso, then Nick in his Porsche, then Antonucci in the 906 and Shiraz Dada in the BMW, and here we go onto the oval.
The Pantera waggling its tail at me, egging me on. Come on, it's the slipstream. Let's see what you got. But look at that.
Drop.
Pantera's just pulling away. I can do
Drop.
that.
We're currently on board with you, Nick, watching the Pantera ahead of you.
Yeah, I'm going to try and not miss my braking point here. It's so dark, you can hardly see anything. Where is the braking point? Where there it is. Don't run into the back of the Pantera. Ah, you see, he's taken not a narrow enough line. Might gain a little bit on him, not enough. And off he goes.
He's got the speed. He knows he can just accelerate away.
He's now challenging for first. Who's up ahead? Leach. Is that Leach?
That's
first?
James Leach in the Jagermeister Porsche.
We're
Way
coming
back.
for you, James.
Way back, I saw Cole Steeg falling back a few places. I think he had an off. It's reshuffled the back there
Yeah,
a bit, but
he
they're
is.
also still running very close to one another.
Oh, that Pantera's just dropped us.
Oh, James Leach getting all sideways. The Pantera runs wide through turn 1, and Nick is right underneath the wing here.
It's allowed me to close up a little bit. I've noticed a few guys taking this narrow line into T2. I don't like it because it allows me to get a cutback. Got to make sure to squeeze that. Oh, hello.
Oh, no, let's not drift around here on the track, gentlemen.
Don't worry, a little bit of rubbing his racing there, I guess. Just trying to squeeze the Pantera. I don't want it to use all of that power because now I'm going to be a sitting duck. Oops, hello. On this straight.
Oh, just caught Shiraz Dada having a bump and barge with Dylan Dawes in the Porsche. I beg your pardon, Antonucci in his Porsche. Dylan Dawes is right up the back of the BMW. This is for 4th and 5th. And very close.
They're going onto the oval now, and it's going to be all about top end speed here.
Totally.
Oh, look at that BMW.
That's quick.
Was looking as if he's pulling away.
Yeah. Well, the Porsche hasn't got anywhere near him, so the BM's fast. Ryan Hill and Walker, 10th and 11th place. The two, it's the Capri and the Ferrari. And here comes the V12 round the outside of Ryan Hill's Capri, down towards the bus stop. Oh, breaking point. Oh,
Ryan just looking like he's wanting to keep the inside line there, but not sticking to it.
No. He had a bad line into that bus stop, but he's...
That's going to allow
look at the Porsche.
Steeg. Yeah, look at Steeg go. And they're going 3 wide.
3 wide. Oh my word. Ryan up at the top, the Ferrari in the middle, and Cole Steeg in the Brumos Porsche goes around the bottom, and that position is taken.
It's taken, but
No.
I'm not sure.
Here comes
It's
the Ferrari.
Look at that top end
Yeah.
speed there.
That's the
Has he
V12
missed
versus a
braking
flat
marker
6. Hard on the brakes. Here we're going to turn 1.
And
Oh, he's
this-
way out of track there. He's gone very wide.
That is the point where I've seen a few mistakes on Monday night. Some so bad as getting a lockup and then swerving to the right completely.
Yes, yes. Oh, these three are having a huge dice. Oh, the Ferrari.
Steeg
Oh,
really
they're all
sliding
sideways. Sorry, Nick, we're ignoring you, but there's a lot of action going on behind you, buddy.
That's okay. I'm busy trying to put some pressure on James Leach at the front.
Good.
Brandon Phillip is in 9th position. Oh, he was having a look at Hendrik,
Yeah.
taking a wide line, maybe getting the cut back here. Does not quite get the move done.
And that Capri's got good pace. So onto the oval, that Porsche won't get close to him if the Capri gets a good drive. But the Porsche is very close to him, in fact, and actually next to him now. Walker and Hill swap positions. Now look at the Capri. The Porsche was next to the Capri, and now the Capri's driving away from the Porsche.
Got a better drive than Leach out of the bus stop, so it's going to be interesting to see what the slipstream does here.
Here we go. 2 Porsches up at the front end of the grid.
Off.
I can only draft so much before I have to pull out. When in doubt, side by side.
Yeah, the engine
54,
tones.
116.
Wow.
Over the start finish we go.
You're clearly braver than most, because I've seen that going wrong at the diamond there before.
Ooh.
Let's go up the inside with
Yeah.
a slidey move.
Jones was very far out there, and you managed to slip one up the inside, and pass is done.
I almost got that wrong though. Pretty good through turn 2 though.
Phillip and Hansen's chopping and changing again. Oh, Brandon Phillips getting the Porsche all sideways. And here comes Cole Steeg in the Brumos Porsche. With the Daytona Ferrari.
Ferrari.
Go, Ferrari, go!
Look how the Caprice dropped that little Porsche 906. He was next to him on the oval. So,
Yeah, it's such a pity that 906 doesn't have a little bit more power, otherwise it would be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
For sure.
oh, Cole Steeg sideways in the Brumos Porsche. Oh, Bjorn Buchner in the Golf Porsche in the tire barriers there.
And that just shows how easily you can lose control of these cars.
Okay.
Henrik Hansen getting a bit of a bad exit there.
Sass, watch that now. Watch the Porsche and the Capri. Watch the Capri pull away.
I mean, that was a horrible exit, and he's still in front.
Look, and he'll go now. Watch the gap. And then he starts
I mean-
flashing in the Porsche. Yeah, that Capri can haul, man. Oh, he's gone into the back of him. So Brandon outbrakes himself and he's punted the Capri's sex love, but the Capri manages to hang on and stays on the track in position, and Brandon in the little Porsche has lost 2 positions.
From what I saw, that was just a little bump draft, and then it went sideways for Brandon Phillips.
All right, got you. I see what you're doing there. Shake him back. The Ferrari of Rob Walker goes right around the outside of Cole Steeg's Porsche.
When they go through these
Oh.
transitions, what's happening there? Is
Yes.
someone running?
It's Henrik
Dylan
Hansen.
Dawes.
No,
Henrik
Dylan
no,
Dawes.
no, that's Dylan Dawes.
Yeah, he's had a huge moment somewhere with his car. And the Porsche, I mean the Ferrari is sideways and almost in the tyre barrier turn 1. Oh, and Brandon's in the tyre barriers. There's just a whole lot of dents and bangs going on into turn 1 here. I'll tell you what, this
Turn
looks
one
like
is so
lap
tricky.
1. Everyone is booking up on everyone here. From Henrik Hansen, I've got 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th in one screen.
That's incredible. It really just shows you at Sim Race SA that you will find a dice up and down the
Yep.
field, no matter where you are.
Exactly.
So in case you're on the fence, sign up. It's just the best fun. We've got Legends, we've got TCs, we've got GT3 cars, we've even got GP cars. There's something for everybody here.
Brandon Phillips on the outside of the Ferrari. So Brandon Phillips and Rob Walker are neck and neck as they go onto the oval. And the Ferrari pulls ahead. So Brandon Phillips goes past, I beg your pardon, Rob Walker goes past Brandon Phillips. And Dylan Dawes in his Porsche is joining this party. And just up ahead, the Capri of Henrik Hansen is...
I think he's just been overtaken by Cole Steeg.
Yes. Oh, the bus stop. Oh dear. The Porsche. Brandon's driven into the back of the Ferrari. He's turned it round. Ferrari gets going again. Oh, Brandon does need to calm down and get his braking markers sorted. He's hit 2 people in the braking point. Dada and Grasser, 3rd and 4th. Grasser's had a moment. Marco Grasser in the Pantera, coming off of the banking into turn 1, has dropped 2 positions. And he's down
Must
to...
have been a lockup,
Yeah,
right
agreed.
front lockup.
Or he was very wide, but he's dropped Dada in the BMW up into third. And so with just under 10 minutes to go, Nick Hodgson is up the road by the best part of 2 seconds over James Leach. Wow, there's a lot of changes happening on this timing screen.
I think Ryan Hill had a moment with James Leach.
In fact, he did. Also turn 1. So he's getting back on the track. No, it was James Leach Sr.
Must have been senior.
Oh, yes, Leach senior, yes.
And Dylan Dawes and Henrik Hansen, etc. They're all having a good dice. So that's been a position change there. Okay, they've all kind of calmed down a little bit. Right, so here comes Brandon Phillips again behind the back of Rob Walker in the Ferrari. I think Rob Walker's pretty much had enough of this little Porsche.
I'm gonna say something quickly.
Okay.
I'm looking at the chat log where we're seeing the PLP app showing us cuts. There has been a lot of cuts already. I'm holding my breath to see what's going to shake out in the race. It might mean we see a bit more reserve driving by a few, or some just trying to give it their all and dealing with the fact that they might get a drive-through penalty.
Can you
and have
see
to serve
if
that.
any are near or that Ferrari are any near a 3 penalty there?
I'm counting at most 2.
Okay.
Yeah, someone is already on a 3 penalty.
Okay.
On 3 warnings, so
Right.
the next cut will issue a drive-through.
Well, with 7.5 minutes to go, there's still a lot of racing involved here.
And fifth, Marco Grassa is back on the tail of Antonucci there.
He is. Big Pantera makes a heck of a sound for a traditional proverbial V8. Now, there was an interesting marriage for this car where they've got this full-blown Italian supercar with a Cosworth V8 motor in it. It must have been what was available on the market in those days.
I mean, some might say that was a bit of a match made in heaven.
Possibly, agreed.
That thing sounds incredible.
Yeah, I mean, your Cosworths were very good 70s Formula 1 motors, the Cosworth V8, you know?
Yeah, incredible.
So, okay. He's on his way. Rob Walker again closing up on the back of Dylan Dawes. He gets this Ferrari all sideways, kind of. The closest race on the track at the moment is definitely Marco Grassa in 5th place. Oh, the Ferrari. Oh, he's in the tyres.
Ooh, ouch, no.
Yeah, he's just hammered it coming out of the infield onto the oval. And so Brandon Phillips has gone past Rob Walker. But with the horsepower, that Ferrari will catch him by the end of the lap. So let's see how quick it can catch up to the back of that Porsche.
Grassa is making the move now. They're going too wide, almost across the finish line.
Yeah, got them.
He's got past, but it's now all about getting that braking mark correctly going into turn 1.
That's it. This is where he's been running wide. You can see he brakes early. Look how late the Porsche brakes, and it can still hold on to its line.
And that might be why Brandon Phillip was caught out. He's used to a very short brake zone compared to some of the other cars.
Good point. Okay, let's go and watch there. Here comes the Ferrari. Here comes the Ferrari. On the outside, next to the Porsche, past the Porsche, and done before the start-finish line.
But again, turn 1. It has been a bit of a struggle for Rob before.
Let's see.
I just want to see him get through there. That flame spitting out of the exhaust there.
He's done well, yeah. He's kept it tight. Runs a little wide. Oh, the Porsche's right behind him.
He should have the grunt now.
Rob's in the Ferrari, correct?
Rob's in. Oh, there's another punt into the back of the Ferrari. I'll tell you what. Rob Walker's going to...
difficult. That car is difficult. Big respect to anyone driving that car.
Now, the unfortunate thing is Brandon Phillips has driven into the back of him 3 times now.
Up in front, Dylan Dawes and Carl Stieg is having quite the dice there.
Dylan Dawes in 7th. On YouTube, I'm just catching up here. Kirk Brown saying, He suspects the 93 911 had a faster top end than the 74. I think he means the 73 Porsche.
73.
Yeah.
It could be a weight thing, and obviously
yeah.
less downforce, so less drag when you get towards top end.
Got you. Right, Nick, a 156.4, James Leach a 157.5, so... Oh, Grassa and Antonucci.
Turn one like an animal.
The Detomasa's passed the Porsche again, so this battle's going to wager all the way to the end. Detomasa's already lifting and on the brakes. Here comes the Porsche already, down the inside and position changed again.
And that is what we saw, is the Porsche is so nice and nimble here on the infield section that if you can manage that and pull a decent gap, you can come back going into turn 1.
Sis, let me add, these guys have caught Shiraz Dada in the BMW. He was up the road and there's 1 second.
Oh yes,
they're right there, so he's had a moment somewhere.
It's almost as if they're letting each other have the space and keep the racing close so that they can gain time instead of trying to actively defend one another.
I mean, it can happen where you are just being almost pushed to your best by another driver. So obviously you're racing very closely, but if nobody's throwing moves at the time, and you're just racing very, very closely, you can absolutely be pushing each other to the max, you know.
And here comes the De Tomaso around the outside of the Porsche again.
I am specifically referring to the pace difference.
He's had to lift. The Porsche ran a defensive line and he almost drove into the back of the Porsche.
So that was what I was saying. If they're catching up to Dada, they're clearly making up time on the infield section and making up time on the oval.
Agreed.
And if they're swapping around places, they're not holding one another up, but actively trying to just push as hard as they can and making sure that they get some clean racing in.
Yeah.
It's a strategy that you can use if your opponent is willing. Otherwise, you end up defending and taking weird lines, losing a lot of time.
Dylan Dawes down in 7th place, looking at the back of Carl Stieg as they come to the bus stop. Dylan Dawes gets a really nice line through there. Carl Stieg's got a lot of sharper turn in, and Dylan also gets a good drive out. So I think there'll be a position change here by the start-finish line.
Just touches the apron. That really can slow you down.
That does. You can't be down there.
And I suspect with the way the tire physics are modeled in this game, it's quite a violent transition. It's not as smooth as it should perhaps be, but that doesn't mean that it isn't violent in real life.
Henrik Hansen down in 10th with James Leach Senior in 12th, and
he's going into pits.
Yep.
Henrik Hansen's taken a penalty. I see that on my PLP app.
And he's stopped, so it's not going to register as a drive-through.
He's crashed, actually. he's stopped facing backwards in the pit box, and now he's escaped back to pit, so this is just going all bad for Henrik. Right, let's go with just on 30 seconds to go. Oh, did I just see? Yeah, James Leach just caught that. He's gone all about ways through the bus stop, so he couldn't get the Porsche stopped in time.
So who's going to be struggling for fuel? Because I'm going to get over the line with about 20 seconds to... 15 seconds to spare. Even less, 10 seconds.
Are you not going to try and stop and crawl over the line by any chance?
Nah.
Okay.
He doesn't have the time buffer.
Right. Buchner and Hill also position change. There comes Henrik Hansen out the pits at last, so he had obviously that added time for resetting back to pits. And this now is the last lap, so I don't know if that registered as his...
I doubt that it would have registered. He's likely to still have to do that.
Okay.
I'll say it'll be a post-race
unless it's
penalty.
a pit stop, unless it's not a PLP, it's he was out of petrol.
It might have been that he was out of petrol. I'm not sure. Although it would have made sense. He would have gotten the message saying that he had to take the drive-through.
Marco Grassa again on the Porsche. And the Porsche is crawling. Marco, what is going on here? Antonucci's Did he let him go by, or I don't know? He was very slow out of turn 1. So Grasso's on his way in the De Tomaso, and now Antonucci's got his foot down and chasing him. Buchner and Hill. No, Buchner and Hansen. Oh, he runs too deep. Oh, it is Hill and Buchner. They both spin. Right, so Ryan gets through the bus stop and Bjorn spins his Porsche and he's going to get going again. Sorry, it was Ryan Hill and Bjorn Buchner. So we're done with this race. Nick is out the bus stop and here he comes round the third turn and heading towards the diamond of the oval.
Catching up to the Golf Porsche ahead of me.
Yeah. Well, there's been a drama. Brandon Phillips going backwards again, and Rob Walker again. Oh, it is them again. He's hit the Ferrari again. I think Rob Walker
really doesn't like that Ferrari.
No, Brandon Phillips it's a magnet. He just drives into him. Right, Nick over the line, and that's, I believe, you're done.
Yep, that's it.
James Leach.
One.
There he comes over the line now, and he's all sideways, and he's going to be flying into the tire barriers. Here comes Shiraz in the wailing BMW 3 litre CSL. Love that sound. And that's a good third place for Shiraz. So 10th place, we've got Rob Walker in the Ferrari.
So he's going to be on pole.
He's going to be on pole. So
it's going to be interesting to try and get that big Ferrari off the...
He's on pole with Brandon Phillips right behind him.
No, he's ahead of it. Yes. Yes. Although, hang on. Here comes a position change because they're going through the bus stop. So, and he's just hammered the back of the Porsche. These guys are playing dodgems here for real. Okay, the Porsche's turned around before Brandon. I beg your pardon, before Rob Walker.
Rob is seeming to have a bit of trouble there.
Yeah, it's almost like he's stuck on something. All right, there he gets it going. Ryan Hill's 30 seconds back, so if Rob's, he's rolling.
Rob's just going to keep it calm, get to the finish line.
And that's going to be pole for Heat 2. Wow, the amount of contact. And Brandon Phillips is cruising on the banking. He's waiting for him. He's stopping.
Oh, no. What? So he's
here.
waiting.
Yeah. Let me just, if he goes now.
Maybe run out of fuel?
I think he's run out of fuel. Brandon Phillips.
Did I catch someone out?
Yeah. There goes the Capri. So Brandon Phillips flashing at everybody. He's rolling down the back straight. He has run out of fuel, which means Ryan Hill is in pole for race 2.
No way. That's incredible.
Yo, what a race. Okay, so Brandon Phillips ran out of petrol and the Ferrari got 9th, and Ryan Hill brought his Capri home from... Where was he? 18th or 19th, and he's now in pole.
You're welcome, Ryan. I expect the check to be in the post.
We needed to have Ryan in here on the the commentators channel, but anyway. Okay, 1 minute to go. Everyone's starting to hoot again, and the Ferrari's on the front row, which is good. So
yeah, that is fantastic.
Ryan Hill and Rob Walker, front row.
And they're teammates. Yeah. So
they are teammates.
I've seen them posted that there's no team orders at Team Odin. So I'm expecting a bit of a shoulder rub for position here.
Yeah, that's Brandon Phillips making all the noise and flashing lights at you in the back there.
Yeah, I can see he's trying to give me a migraine or something. But my theory is that Ferrari is going to struggle off the line. I think it's quite heavy.
All right.
So let's see how it plays out with 17 seconds to go. But that's the way I see it.
Okay, lights are about to start.
10 seconds.
We're at the camera at the middle of the diamond, looking at the grid coming towards us.
5, 6.
Here we go.
Drop the clutch, and away they go. Ooh!
The BM didn't start. Oh, he's got bogged down there, and the Capri got bogged down. So Nick's already dodged 4 or 5 cars, and he's in the middle of the pack.
And so Rob Walker has got a Cole Stig on his inside line there.
Oh, Ryan Hill is wailing in the middle of the pack from pole position. He's down in 8th.
Oh, he's had an exceptionally rough start.
Yeah,
Ooh, and
the
there is
Porsches. Oh,
two
another
Porsches
one.
winning.
James Leach as well. Here comes James Leach into the field.
Whoa! Whoa! No! That's not gone well at all.
Well, you helped to turn the Daytona around, so it's all good.
Goodness! And then that was a scissored.
Oh, you got turned around. That's even better. Nick, we need you further back, dude. You might as well have some coffee there. Oh, the Capri! Whoa! Did you watch the replay of that? I've got to record that. Okay, just quickly watch the replay on YouTube here, Sass. Watch Ryan's Capri come through the middle of these cars. He misses his braking point. He goes right through the middle of them.
You can just see light on the banking.
Yeah, alright, we're with you. Everyone's next to each other.
A lot of ways to catch people.
Did you see that, Sass?
No, I caught that. That was.
Yo.
I mean, he was lucky. He didn't touch
was.
anybody there.
He was. So Brandon again in the little Porsche. A little kind of a glitch as they come through the bus stop on my screen, but anyway.
Porsche got the bus stop all wrong and ended up going very sideways into it and off into the barrier, unfortunately.
That's Bjorn, yeah. Okay, and behind him, here comes James Leach, who's passed him. So James Leach is also foot to the boards and trying to catch up to the back of you. And Ryan Hill is even further back. He's in 12th place. So Ryan's just had a terrible start.
There's a De Tomaso looking at getting past. Who's it?
First corner. Oh, the De Tomaso's turned around.
Marco Grassa.
Yeah.
No.
Marco Grassa's in the pits.
So the Negri Shell, what is that? Capri. That hit the wall.
Okay, he's not in the pits. He hit the pit wall. It's the Negri Capri. Oh, there was all drama into turn 1.
I know, I've given him too much space.
Sure. Okay, James Leach Sr. Oh, that Ferrari is flying around in the air. Okay, it's all settled again. Everyone's giving him space, but I've got a big glitch going on with that Ferrari.
It seems to have settled now.
Okay.
Got number 15, 906 trying to recover.
Yeah, I think that was 15. Yeah, that was
That's
Brandon Phillips. Not sure if there was contact while Rob's car was glitching out. I just saw him running wide.
I just saw him recovering. It looked like he'd outbraked himself, but that was just my view. Obviously, I didn't actually see.
Beer ways into the bus stop with him.
Yeah, the little 906 is really good on the brakes.
It is.
So that's certainly a concern.
That must be that must be a weight difference.
Yeah, definitely. I've braked as late as I possibly can. I'm not taking too much speed through the bus stop. Just to try and counteract his brakes, but it's okay. We're away again and looking for the green 906 with a white stripe in front of us.
That's Antonucci. So, after quite a hectic start, 15 minutes left, and we've got Cole Stig out in the lead in the Brumos Porsche, with Rob Walker doing very well in the big Ferrari, chasing him down as they come into turn 1, and then the BM and of Shiraz Dada and James Leach Sr., they swap positions. Oh, and Antonucci super wide with Nick Hodgson right underneath him now.
My eyes are up front. I want to see Rob get into first here.
Oh, he's turned the... he caught it.
Caught it, Jack.
Wow. Right, let's see how that Ferrari goes. Oh, the Negrin Capri has turned round again. Henrik Hansen in the horseshoe with James Leach, who got collected with him, so he's coming back on track, and here they go again. Oh, okay. Oh, Waldo getting a little bit... Cole Stig getting a little bit sideways in the Brumos car. But there comes Shiraz chasing Rob Walker, the BM chasing the Ferrari, and then a bunch of cars.
Now it's all about the top end speed here.
Managed to undercut Antonucci.
Yeah.
Coming onto the...
Neck up into 5th place.
Now I'm in the
Feels like we're
slipstream.
fighting harder this round.
I had to actually come off the throttle. The slipstream was so intense there.
Oh, James Leach Sr. is so close to you. I thought he was going to hit you there. Right, hard on the brakes. Into the bus stop. Oh, great lines by everyone. Watch the speed of that BMW now, Nick.
Come here, boy! Yeah, it's so
Antonucci-
quick.
Antonucci seems to have gotten an overtake there on James Leach Sr.
Okay, he has, in fact, you're right. And the BMW is chasing the Ferrari. You're into turn 1, here we go.
Braking points are altered with that much slipstream, chaps.
Oh, that Ferrari's
got it very
gone.
wrong. Oh, and in front, the Porsche has got all crossways.
Oh, Steve, he's just lost this.
This is for first place. Look how close this is. Oh, Cole Steeg trying to fend off the BMW with Nick just rubbing's racing.
Called the bump draft.
Bump dropped.
Yeah, I'm trying to help him. Go,
Okay,
BM.
got it. That Ferrari's going to catch you now. Yeah, you can see that the pace is good on the banking, but the cars just can't stop into turn 1. Eh?
Yeah.
Shiraz is doing well in that big BMW. We shall see now what the speed's like, because Nick is hassling him here.
Really get much closer.
Listen to that engine. Look at that
Managed to,
BMW.
Force him to take the high line. Oh, that's close.
I was just going to say, don't make the same mistake.
Oh, that you were very close there.
I've seen many people. Ooh,
Oh, the Brumos. Where's he going? Ew.
Let's go, Shiraz.
He's missed it.
he's yielding the position though.
I've got a better drive out of the bus stop.
Doesn't
At
matter.
the BM.
It doesn't matter. That BM's fast.
Come on, Mr. Slipstream, help me out here, just a little bit.
Heading towards the start finish line. Now let's see on the braking into turn 1. Yo.
Getting out and then run this fast. Gonna take a tight line.
Oh, the Steeg
And
in
in
the
the
Porsche.
background, Steve just sliding it wide there.
Yeah. Oh, and he's just missed the pit wall. Yo. Alright, here we go. Another lap. 11 minutes to go. It's impressive racing this. We've got Tevin Patrick on the YouTube channel. How's it, Tevin?
Great to have you here.
Yeah, we get very emotional in this series. The man in the blue car is Nick Hodgson, who is our other commentator.
I hope you're enjoying the coverage tonight, chaps. We're certainly enjoying bringing it to you. And what's next in the Legends? What's the next track?
I'll go find that.
Alright, you do that.
On switching cameras.
Walker and Antonucci are swapping positions here, so the Ferrari and the Porsche. Oh dear, Walker's had a drama with his Ferrari. So Antonucci's gone, and here comes James Leach in the Jagermeister Porsche, all the way back up to 7th.
So I've had a quick look from round 4, which is this round. This whole series becomes a bit of an American affair.
Yes.
So next track will be Sebring, and then round 6 will be Watkins Glen.
Yeah, no, Sebring's very, very bumpy. So that's going to be interesting to see how some of the guys handle, particularly the Pantera. That's going to be a handful around there.
Yeah, it's almost like the oh dear, this is Ryan Hill, I believe. Ryan Hill having dramas with his Capri. And Bjorn Buchner just behind him in the Golf Porsche as they come onto the oval. I'm sure they're having fun. Henrik Hansen, a little bit further up the hill, up the road. And Walker and Antonucci are swapping positions again. So Antonucci goes through in the little Porsche because Rob Walker probably couldn't stop into turn 1. But we'll follow Rob Walker as he chases them around the infield. And James Leach in the Porsche looking underneath the bottom of Rob Walker now. Ferrari's got a huge grunt in a straight line. Oh, very defensive.
For that cutback maneuver.
Yeah.
Rob is doing very well to just park it on the apex and make sure that he can defend that line. Because he knows if he gets onto the oval,
Look how he
he's gonna have the
slides.
speed, even with a slide like that.
Yeah. Watch the horsepower of that V12 now. Antonucci's got up the road. He's in fact past James Leach Sr. So we've almost got the Leach family nose to tail here in their two Porsches. But there you can see the Ferrari horsepower just pulling away from James Leach. Right, bus stop, here we go. Rob takes a nice line through there, but gets a little bit of a tank slap, and James Leach is up underneath next to the Ferrari coming out of the bus stop.
Jaws is taking a penalty, or has taken a penalty, I should say.
Okay.
Yes.
And the De Tomaso Pantera of Grassa is coming to join this party. Right, here we're going to turn 1. This is Rob Walker's least favorite corner of this track, as you're about to see. Braking into turn 1 is not fun in the Ferrari. Oh, he's got to dodge the Porsche of James Leach Sr. He gets all sideways and runs wide. James Leach Sr. runs wide. They're now 3 abreast.
Yo! That Ferrari just has the grunt to get
Yes.
past them.
He went right in between the two Leaches there. That's some great racing. I'll tell you what, Walker's sliding the Ferrari around. James Leach now going around the outside of him. Oh, there's a little bit of bumping there.
A little bit of bumping, but rubbing is racing.
Oh, close. Oh, look at the Ferrari just go past.
Ferrari,
Here comes the De Tomaso as well, so he's come into play. Right, Ferrari backs off a bit. James Leach goes around the outside. Walker's probably going, oh, it's okay, I'll catch you halfway around the oval.
yeah.
And here comes the De Tomaso.
He is going to have to deal with that De Tomaso, though.
De Tomaso had a tank slap there, but he caught it. Right, let's see if the Ferrari can catch up to the Jagermeister Porsche. James Leach Sr. falls in behind the De Tomaso, and off they go. Alright, let's take a breath. We've got 6 minutes left in this race. This is exceptional stuff to watch. The guys are putting on a great show for us here. Right, through turn, through bus stop, heading to, we're going to go into the cockpit of Rob Walker in the Ferrari here. You see speedo 270 now. He's still got a whole ways to go down this straight. 280, 290, 300.
Goodness,
Ferrari
that's
gets to 300 at the start finish line, and that's where he starts braking. Now he's trying to control it. He's sliding. He's off the side of the track, grabs it up, comes around turn 1, and off he goes. The De Tomaso's right behind him.
In the background, James Leach Sr. also going slightly wide, almost dipping into the grass there.
Oh, okay. Oh, he slides through the horseshoe, goes a bit on the grass.
That likely is registering. No, it did not.
Yeah, I think he lifted or he slowed down there.
Likely lifted, yes.
Yeah. The De Tomaso of Grassa's closed in on the Ferrari. This is a great dice to watch. Dirk Brandt on, and there goes the Daytona. Quick maneuver under the inside of the Ferrari. He's going to try and make a beeline for it, but I fear that Ferrari will chase him down on the oval. Here they come.
Up in front, Stieg dropping down into 5th as James Leach gets past him. Mr. Stieg has definitely had quite a race. He was running in front. Had a bit of a mistake, but yeah. I'm sure he's enjoying it thoroughly.
Are you talking about Carl Stieg or James Leach?
About Carl Stieg. Yeah. James Leach is doing well as well.
He went all the way to the bay. Oh, Carl Stieg goes sideways into that bus stop, catches it. Very slow line through there, but it looked awesome. Yeah, James Leach went all the way to the back and has come all the way back up to 4th place. Let's go and look quickly and see where the Ferrari is. Oh, he's dropped off a bit, so the Daytona is getting away.
With all that top end speed, it doesn't help if you're not close to someone.
Yes. It's okay. He'll do 1 or 2 good clean laps and he'll be on the back of the Daytona again. Here they come. Hard braking into turn 1. Oh, he's all over. Oh, he takes an odd line through here.
That was...
Oh, dear. Yeah, he was coming back on the track where James Leach Sr. was right there, and a little bump and bump, but all good.
Both kept it going.
Yeah.
It didn't end in tears.
Right, so with just under 3 minutes to go, Nick Hodgson piles on the gas as he heads out onto the oval. He is 13 and a half seconds up the road from Shiraz Dade in the big BMW, who's now getting onto the oval. James Leach in the Golf, I beg your pardon, the Jagermeister Porsche in 3rd place, also now getting onto the oval. And Antonucci in the little Porsche is right behind him. The little 906 is caught right up to the back of James Leach. Then further back we've got Carl Stieg with Marco Grassa, 5th and 6th place. Let's go and see how Antonucci does in the Porsche 906 as he's going to close in on the back of James Leach into the bus stop here.
I'm not sure I can ever go quicker than this. This is a pretty good lap.
A 156.1 for Nick up in the front in the blue Porsche. It's a great lap, Nick, and you just about to... How's that for wind dieseling around turn 1? Jeepers.
Thought I'd give it a go.
Let's do let's have a replay of that. Sass, are you watching?
I'm watching.
Watch this replay on YouTube, buddy.
Little celebration for doing a decent lap.
This is how you go around turn 1.
I mean, I wouldn't say that's extremely slow. But I'm sure your Delta can attest to it.
All right, let's go and see what's going on. Oh, Rob Walker's in the pits. Is he? My thing said he was. Yes, he is. He's just come out the pits. So I think Rob Walker did a drive-through.
Yeah, no. Dylan Dawes. I'm not seeing one for Rob. Maybe he did a quick splash and dash.
Okay, interesting.
Although he should have known.
You can't stop on a drive-through.
No. I mean, in terms of
he should have known. Agreed.
The lap count. He knows how many laps they did.
Okay, well let's see. Right, so right now there's big gaps, at least 2 seconds plus between everyone. We have lost somebody here. I can't tell you who it is, but there's a gap where there was a driver name who's dropped off the bottom.
Carl Stieg.
Carl Stieg is disconnected, correct?
Yes, I wonder if he maybe...
Had a disconnect.
Yeah.
I think this is it. I think this is the last lap of the race. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Not gonna make it.
Not gonna make it. There we go. Across the line.
Did you see a checkered flag?
I have seen a checkered flag. It says race is over.
All right. Well done. Well done. Nick. Great finish. Shiraz Dada coming in the BMW over the start finish line and in for second place. It's going to come and join the donut affair, or they're just going to write their cars off. James Leach.
Well,
Yep.
This is going to be awkward now.
How so?
Our interview.
Find second place. This
No.
first place man doesn't want to be interviewed. No, it was a phenomenal evening. Always an absolute pleasure to be racing with these gentlemen. I hope everybody has had a lot of fun. I hope everybody on the YouTube has had a lot of fun. There's that Ferrari. What a machine. And yeah, no, what a great evening.
Huh?
Henrik Hansen down in 9th, still coming along in the Capri. Ryan Hill in 10th in his Capri.
Seems like he's managed to put a bit of daylight between himself and Bjorn.
Yes. Bjorn's very slow in his Porsche, so I assume he's probably got some damage on the car somewhere. But yeah, well, let's just wait for these guys to finish. So, Nick, how was your race this evening, sir?
It was so much fun. It was so much fun.
Good, man.
Overtaking, I tell you what, an overtake in these cars feels like you're an absolute hero.
You should have done it properly. You shouldn't have done it from the start. You should have let the field go and then pulled off and then chased them down.
It's difficult as a racing driver.
Yeah,
you
right.
see the lights go out and you drop the clutch and you go.
I got you.
Yeah.
Right, there's Bjorn finishing in his Golf Porsche, and he's also doing a whole pile of donuts in the car. So that's it. I do believe we are officially finished for the evening, ladies and gents. Sess, from your side?
From my side, there's a few things I'm going to quickly mention.
Okay.
We're hosting a nice big grid of 100 slots. It's a 3-hour GT3 endurance race, single driver endurance race.
Yeah.
On June 26th.
Okay.
And this is to stress test the simracing.gp platform that we're looking at migrating to.
Okay.
So get in on that. Go and register. There's details on the SRSA Discord. And if you're keen on racing with us, next week we'll be racing the WTCR cars. Can't remember which track. Croft. Yes, Croft.
Yeah.
So head on over to simracesa.co.za, grab a sign-up form there, submit, and we'll get back to you. Hopefully you can race with us soon.
Yeah, we'll see you there.
And Nick, anything more from you?
No, just to mention that's a massive GT3 race. That is going to be absolutely huge. Please get your sign-ups in. You can choose any GT3 car, of course.
Yes.
And we're at Suzuka.
Yes.
That's it.
Lots of technical driving with lots of cars on track. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a great evening, everyone.
Good. Thanks for joining us. And Nick, thanks for sharing commentary while you were driving. So much appreciated.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
Good. From me, I think that's it. I'm going to say thank you very much. And we'll chat to you soon. So, bye.